going on, Jerome's. So, whatever. It is what it is. Sunday Night Football, maybe not so much for the Vikings. 31-9 is a lot closer than the final score indicated. I know people are still pissed off emotionally about things, but it happens, man. Sam Darnold did not have a good game. Kevin O'Connell did not adjust to Aaron Glenn and his blitzes. Respect to the Lions. They had a great defensive game plan. Amik Robertson, the pride of Louisiana Tech, got things done. It happens, right? But the Vikings, it kind of feels like the Vikings are backing into the playoffs, except that's not true, right? And I actually think that this has a chance to be a inflection point for the Vikings. It's like, hey, got punched in the mouth week 18. What are you going to do? We're just going to go out to the Rams, lose by double digits, and just call a season. We did a good job this year, boys. No. Or do you get pissed off and just be like, F you MFers? Like, we can play with anyone. Didn't have a fastball Sunday night in the biggest game of the season. Frankly, the biggest game of the Kevin O'Connell tenure thus far, but it is what it is. But KOC, turn that frown upside down. We need you, man. We need your hugs. We need your inspirational, motivational post-game speeches. We need everything. And Darnold, oh boy, completed 44% of his passes. And a lot of them were just sailing high. And what's frustrating is, so multiple things can be true at once. Like Kevin O'Connell, the play calling, questionable at times, right? The adjustments, and it's not, but, well, receivers were wide open. Yes, that's true. And Darnold didn't hit all of them, or any of them, or some of them, whatever. But just not adjusting to the blitzes and leaving Darnold sort of out there on the island. You got to know your man. Right, by now, you should definitely know your man. He holds on to the ball, so why put him in spots where he can hold on to the ball? All these long developing 5-7 step drops, like, where's the quick game? I don't know, man. It was, but yeah, Darnold did not have a good game. He needed like 350 plus to reach 4,500. He did not get that. He needed 5 passing touchdowns to break the Vikings single season record. He did not get that. It was rough, man. And here's what's even rough. Like, the Vikings made history in a bad way. Opta-stats. The Vikings tonight, 4 times reaching the red zone but not scoring a touchdown, 3 times having goal to go but not scoring a touchdown, 2 failed 4th and goal attempts, 1 missed field goal, and a partridge in a pear tree. No other team in the last 30 years has done all of that in the same game. And guess what? Even with all of that, it was a 1-score game heading into the fourth quarter. Right, and yeah, everyone's gonna look at, well, it's 31-9, ass whooping, belt to ass. Now, the Vikings gave this game away in the first half when the offense was not coming up with points. The defense was playing a damn good game until the floodgates open, and it was just open season, right? But this is frustrating, and we pointed this out before. 11 plays inside the Lions' 10, 3 points. Come on, man, come on. But J.J. McCarthy in the last is looking good. A lot of people go down the rabbit hole conspiracy. That's actually not J.J. McCarthy because his hair looks a little bit darker. Right? He's a dirty blonde. Come on, man. What do you want? But you just that look. That's like the Tom Brady look. Like, his guys were getting their asses beat. He's going to get revenge. For the next 15 years, he is going 30-0 against the low-energy Detroit Lions. That's what happens, man. And I know that people are pissed, because it's another Vikings failure in a big-time game, and there's really no other way to spin it. And this is not one of those silver lining consolation things, but the Vikings have done a lot of good this year. Kevin O'Connell has done a lot of good. Flores in the defense has as well. And even though it doesn't seem like it right now, Sam Darnold has done some amazing, amazing things this year. And everything that we've said about Darnold throughout this process has been true, right? And you could say, well, if it's going to be like that in big-time games, roll with the kid, roll with McCarthy, spend that cap money on offensive line, as well as, hey, the 7 games between the Jaguars and the Lions game, Sam Darnold's playing like a top 5 quarterback. All those things can be true once. And on this channel, like, we'll take our medicine when we're wrong. We're not usually wrong. Yeah. But calling a spade is what we try to do here. And Darnold, during that 7-game stretch, was fantastic. fantabulous, and the Vikings went 7-0. 9-game winning streak, but Darnold only played good in 7 of the games, and he was phenomenal. Right, come from behind wins against Arizona and Seattle, instrumental in the Vikings win against the Packers. The whole celebration in the locker room was fantastic, but there's literally no excuses for the Lions game. It was the worst that he's ever looked in a Vikings uniform, and that includes the Jaguars and the Jets game. Just really ungood, right? But no time to cry in the breast milk, because we need slinging Sammy Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, to get back to where he once belonged. Road warrior time as the playoff bracket is set. And, oh, by the way, I know a lot of people are going to say, because last week I talked about how the playoffs does not need reseeding. I still stand by that. Kind of stinks that the Vikings are a 14-win wild card, but winning your division has to matter. And these things go back and forth. It vacillates. And sometimes a division like the NFC North gets to play the AFC South, right? And then collectively they go 14-2 against that division, right? So sometimes that's just how it is, but whatever. But the Vikings, 5 seed on the road against the Rams, and then the rest of the NFC bracket, you got 6 seed Commies at the 3 seed Bucks, as well as the 7 seed Packers at the Eagles, right? And if things go according to Hoyle, Vikings beat the Rams. They're 2.5-point favorites. I say that the Bucks and the Eagles hold serve at home, and then guess what? They play each other. Bucks on the road against the Eagles, and then the Vikings are back in Detroit. Bring that ish on. Just bring it on. Why the hell not? But of course, before we get ahead of ourselves, Vikings got to whoop some ass Monday night. So we got a full week, got extra day to prepare. Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell, of course, they go way back like chiropractic. Although McVay's never won a Super Bowl without Kevin O'Connell. Not saying, I'm just saying. So Stafford and Darnold get it on yet again. Yes, we revisit this game. The whole safety, even though face mask, very clearly a face mask, but it was a near-run thing. Last time around, Vikings got out to that fast start, 2 touchdowns real quick. Jalen Speedy Naylor dropped a touchdown. We still remember, right? And the Rams' offense, their offensive line certainly got a lot healthier. Puka is back to where he once belonged. Defensively, they're getting back up there, so it is going to be a huge game, and it's going to be a showdown between Stafford, the old gunslinger, as well as slinging Sammy Darnold. And we also theorized that, hey, if Stafford retires, little tag and trade action, Darnold head to the Rams. Who knows at this point? But also, Flores has experience with the Rams too, so that all matters. And we'll see. And everything about this stupid Sunday night game, it took all the joy out of everything else. Like, the Bears beat the Packers. They both end up 1-5 in the NFC North, and we can't even have fun with that. It's ridiculous, man. Also ridiculous is the latest rumors. So first off, Kevin O'Connell is one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. He's one of the best head coaches in the NFL, and he will win Super Bowls with the Vikings. I firmly believe that. And the Vikings need to take care of him, pay him, extend him long term. Same thing with KOC, etc. Also, it can be true that Kevin O'Connell had an absolutely atrocious game on Sunday night. All these things can be true at once, but the Vikings aren't trading Kevin O'Connell. Let's get that out of the way. Glazer, Sunday Scoopage, surprise candidate on multiple teams' coaching candidates list of Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. He has 1 year remaining on his deal after the season, and a few teams have an interest in possibly trying to trade for him. Now, everyone has a price, right? So say a team wants to trade like 5 first-round picks and 5 starters, maybe, right? But also, why would you do that to your team? Yeah, ain't gonna happen. So it's one of the spots where the Vikings would trade him for a price, except no team is going to pay that price. So the Vikings aren't trading him, and they're going to extend him and KOC, and everything will be kumbaya after this season, right? No matter what happens this year, unless the Vikings lose by 70 to the Rams, and then maybe. Ain't gonna happen though, right? Then also the top 18 non-playoff teams, the NFL draft order is set. Tennessee Titans end up at 1, Browns 2, Giants 3, blah 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 blah. Patriots would have ended up at 1, except they decided to beat the Bills backups, and then Gerard Mayo got fired anyway. 100% like Vrabel's going to New England, right? That one makes sense, but I don't know. Getting the number overall pick this year, I mean, Travis Hunter's nice, sure. Not sold on Shador or Cam Ward. I mean, it's not a great quarterback class. Like, getting the number 1 pick this year is like winning the Powerball when it's like $10 million. Word. Obviously, it's nice, right? But It's not $1 billion. But we'll see. I mean, since it's really a 3-quarterback class, I know that there's been recent hype about Jackson Dart. I don't really buy that as a first round candidate, but Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Moreau declared. I think that he'll be in the first round mix as well. But I mean, there's not enough good quarterbacks to go around. All right, so if you're the Raiders sitting there at 6, if you don't trade up, Titans should take a quarterback. Browns probably should too. Giants certainly will. So that's 1, 2, 3. Potentially off of the board. The Patriots and the Jaguars are fine, but if you're the Raiders, like, does it make sense to tag and trade? Tag and trade for Darnold. Go get him. Give the Vikings a 2nd and 3rd. Come on, or hell, send him back to the Jets. It's a new regime. It's a new day, a new dawn. Don't know. Lastly, so since the Vikings officially finished allegedly 2nd in the NFC North, their schedule is set. So in the rotation this year, the Vikings for alternating NFC division, it's the NFC East. They get the Eagles and the Commies at home. On the road, they have the Cowboys and the Giants. I'm back at MetLife Stadium. Great. We get to go to Jerry World. And for the AFC, it's the AFC North. So we got the Ravens and the Bengals at home. And then on the road at the Dog Pound, our old friends Kevin Stefanski. Quasey's old stomping grounds. As well as the Steelers, which will be fun. Rotational games. The Vikings have the Falcons again at home. Ain't going to be Kirk Cousins this time around, though. And then also the frickin' at Seattle yet again. Whatever. And then the extra game from the AFC is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers, since they finished 2nd in the AFC West. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Hey, 6.5 wins. I got the over. Yeah, but I understand. Like, it is very frustrating right now, understandably so. But the sun still came up. It's a new day, new dawn. And guess what? Your team just won 14 games, and they're in the playoffs. So really, what more do you want at this point? And yeah, making the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, it's going to be a little more difficult. But I don't know. The larger the dragon, the greater the hero, or something like that. I don't know. 1-0. Go out to LA, take care of the Rams, and whatever happens, happens. Just go from there. Your thoughts are thoughts. Yeah. Let us know. Comment section. You want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Skull production value.